What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Dat Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Bacon. I got my co-host with me.
Feel me? That's just where I'm gonna go with it, man. Man, R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman, man. Black Panther. He was just iconic in a quick, short amount of time. He played our Jackie Robinson. He played Thurgood Marshall. He was Black Panther. He was James Brown. Like, the man covered almost all of our historical Black men in their biops or their biopics, however you want to, whatever that's third called. And he brought one back for the culture by being our Black superhero. And for him to, from 2016, to be dealing with colon cancer and give us gems. He didn't sell us short. None of his performances in these last however years it's been recorded. It's just a tough one, man. To lose the Black Mamba and the quote Black Panther in the same year, tough.
Man, yeah, we've been losing a lot of gems lately. Cliff Robinson passed away. The Lou Olson from Arizona. Just this morning, Georgetown head coach.
John Thompson, another giant, another African-American giant.
Big giant. So we've been losing some folks, man. Definitely got to cherish life, got to cherish family, got to, realize the important things in life. The money and all that stuff is cool, but family, love, and doing the best you can to live the best life you can while you're here is the most important, you know what I mean? And always giving credit to the man above, because any given day, man, he's not playing, you know what I mean? He's not playing right now. He's taking some historical figures.
He letting us know, man. He letting us know who's in control.
Facts.
He letting us know, man, and it just shows you. That's that outside life.
He probably that guy was like, yeah, you know what's up. I'm just letting you know what I'm saying?
He just letting us know, man, who's in control, and that's just kind of where we are with it. Man,
yeah, big facts. Big facts. But at the end of the day, they're in a better place. Rest in peace to all those legends. My condolences. We send our condolences to the families and the loved ones, because now it's time to heal and to recover. Everybody healed differently, so definitely wish y'all all the best for those folks who lost loved ones over these past few days, man. For real. Now on to where we left off. We left off the show with some boycotting, man. The Milwaukee Bucks have boycotted their game against the Orlando Magic, and they did not tell anybody. And so that went into an uproar in the league, and the playoffs was suspended or postponed for about a few days, man. So what's your thoughts on the whole boycotting, and now that we're playing basketball again, how do you feel about everything?
Oh, man, the boycotting situation was dope. It showed the power that the players have. So that was very important. The resumption of play was dope because, people on social medias and everywhere like, oh, yeah, the players boycotted for a day, and what is that supposed to show, and whoop about sports. And it's just, when I look at it, I'm like, basketball at the end of the day is still their job.
Right.
Like, that is their financial means. Right. And it's easy for us to be like, oh, yeah, man, they millionaires. They should be able to stop it. It's a bigger cause than sports and woo-doo. But at the end of the day, it's their job. And me, like I've told people, if you're not about to go risk your job, you can't tell the next person to go risk theirs.
Right.
Because they are doing as much as they can as a normal human being possible. Right. They're still talking about in the media. It's blasted everywhere in the NBA. It's never a conversation that has died. They have it on their shoes. They have it on their shirts. They are a walking embodiment of what needs to be portrayed for everything to come down to it. The basketball alone is not about to go fix racism and systematic racism and police brutality. They're just not. Like I don't care how we look at it.
And it's not their job too. It's not their job.
Yeah, and so just like it's part of us, it's not our job too. You feel me? We all are part of the solution, right. But no individual is the solution. You feel me? And I just think we have to get better at understanding that, because even with Kaepernick, I made a social media post about it. Kaepernick kneeled, right? But he was kneeling every Sunday. What that mean? He was collecting a check every time.
Yeah.
Because he still understood the importance of doing his job. Kaepernick is not in the league right now, not because he don't want to be. They don't want him to be. Because if he could be, he'd still be playing football right now while still fighting for the cause. Right. So my biggest thing is you can do two things at once. You don't have to, it's not a sole situation. So, I mean, I commend the players for coming back. I commend the players for having their meetings and figuring out and putting more pressure on these owners. Now, NBA arenas are polling places for voting. So, it's a lot of good things that came out of this. But people need to chill about trying to marginalize basketball players into this mindset that they only care about the money at the end of the day. And, again, not even saying that Kyrie was wrong in his approach, but it was easy for Kyrie to say, I'm not about to play because he was hurt. Like, that's easy. That's an easy decision to me. Like, I want to give me
You're getting the McDonald's.
Kyrie. I want to see what his tune is then, because right now,
you got the McDonald's. You froze them. Yeah.
Connection unstable.
Yeah.
Am I back?
Yeah. Wait. Say something.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, it's only been one professional athlete that has sacrificed their job, and that was Maya Moore. Maya Moore said, I'm not hooping, and she was perfectly healthy. She said, I'm not hooping, and, so that's my take.
Those are some valid takes, though. Valid takes, and I had that conversation as well with one of my buddies about Kyrie. I was saying, like, I don't know if Kyrie was out there doing it for the cause or what, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But his choice was easy. It's easier for you to make the choice when you're not where you're not like actually in the trenches. You know what I mean? Where you're not going to play. That's like saying, like, look, should we go on this vacation or not? If I ain't got no money, it's easy for me to be like, nah, let's not go on this vacation, right? But if I already bought tickets and I did all this to go to this vacation or whatever, and for somebody to say, no, let's not go. Wait a minute. I didn't spend $5,000 or so on a vacation to go. It's not going to be that easy to just say, all right, I'm not going. I'm not going, especially if I can't get my money back, right? Especially if I can't get my money back, then come on now. But so I would say this. The boycott did show that the players do have more power, and I hope the players understand that you do have a lot of power, okay? Without employees, there's no business. You know what I'm saying? So employees out there, you do have power to a certain degree. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not expendable, right? That doesn't mean that you can't be replaced. But you got to understand that, okay? So when you take action and you do things that goes against the grain of your business or whatever company you're working for, you have to understand that comes with some possible consequences of maybe losing your job. And if you're willing to risk that, then you got to be willing to risk that. And I feel like the players, for the most part, were willing to risk that. I know LeBron was like, hey, man, forget it then. If y'all want to do it, then let's do the whole season. Because his mindset was, look, if we're going to do it, let's have a plan. Don't just do it just to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do a thing on an emotional stand. And because the thing that the Bucks was taking a hit for is because they wasn't the first team talking about boycotting. It was Toronto and Boston. So it would have looked bad if those teams boycotted and the place where it happened, that team didn't do nothing. That would have looked bad. So I think that Boston and Toronto really pushed the Bucks to make a stand. They had to do something. And I think that's why they acted the way they acted. It was like, look, man, it's either now or never. Because tomorrow, Toronto and them, they may boycott it, and that's going to look even worse. Let's just do it. Let's be the first. And whatever the case may be. And that's why a lot of people, even though they said it was unified, they wasn't so unified because nobody knew. Nobody knew. Like, if the Milwaukee Bucks, you had a day to do it, if they'd have been like, look, this is what we're going to do, y'all. All right? We need everybody's support. You know, we want to make sure we standing together as a unit. So nobody show up to the game tomorrow. Nobody show up to the warm-up and whatever the case may be. Because we boycotting until we see something. You get what I'm saying? Rather than just do it and then everybody like, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, you got my man Kenny Smith that went viral. You know what I mean? And nothing was wrong with what Kenny did. Nothing was wrong with that. But what was wrong was how it made Shaq and Charles look. Because they didn't know he was going to do that. Right? Now, if it came out that they didn't know, and it was like, hey, Kenny, you your own man, do your thing, or whatever the case may be, I'm going to let you be on your own, that's a different story. But in my opinion, I feel like they didn't know that Kenny was going to do it because everybody was looking. It's that part where you in the room when you like, did that just happen? Really? Steven, he gone. And he left. And Shaq and Chuck was like, all right. Yeah. Let's keep it going.
Go ahead, Ernie. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Right?
Ernie, say something.
Yeah, just go ahead and say something. And I think that made them look like they wasn't down with the cause. You know what I'm saying? That they don't support what Kenny was doing. That they don't support the players. And that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you do have a job. And until you own something, and even when you own something, there's always going to be somebody that's trying to take that away from you. Okay? So at the end of the day, you got to realize this is a job. You have to either you're going to go to work or you're not going to go to work. I would love to be like, I'll quit. But then I got to realize where I'm going to get my revenue from, where I'm going to get money from, where I'm going to pay for my bills from. You hear what I'm saying? And so you got to know that it's going to come with some consequences. But I do appreciate them doing something, pushing an envelope. Doc Rivers said it. You know, why do we keep loving a country that's not loving us back? But I do want to say this. Not everybody in this country don't love us back. There are people that represent different ethnicities who do value our opinions, who do have love for us, who do respect us for who we are. And I want to give a shout out to all those people out there. Now, but there are masses, and it's not even people that don't look like us. It's some people that even look like us who don't want us to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Because it's our mindset. It's our mindset. You have to change from within first before you start changing from without. You can't change a damn thing if you don't want to change the way you think. Okay? And so I definitely want to applaud the players on that. It's good to see that basketball is back because if the Lakers and the Clippers would have boycotted and left the whole bubble, the season wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my biggest thing was the platform. I'm a strong believer that by them playing is going to continue to push the message versus them not. Because you got to think about it. In a normal offseason, NBA wouldn't be in. And if this would have happened in the normal offseason for the NBA players, only thing we'd be seeing is Instagram live posts.
Right.
So what is more valuable? Their IG live posts or the fact that they're playing?
On national TV.
On national TV. Think about it. Like, Steven Jackson right now has been a big proponent of the whole George Floyd situation, Breonna Taylor, all these good things, right? But no one talks about Steven Jackson. Why? Because out of sight, out of mind. Right. He's doing a lot of good things, but no one's talking about it. But you look at a Jamal Murray last night at his post-game conference. You felt that because you're watching it and because he's playing in the league right now. He could have had the same – how could he drum up that same emotional connection if the league is not in and he's at the crib and you looking at him after a pickup game and all?
Uh-oh. He went viral.
It's not going to be the same emotional connection. And so, you know, that's the biggest thing. Just I'm back.
Yeah. Yep. You back now. That's that outside connection right there.
Yeah. So my biggest thing is like with the NFL. The Detroit Lions was technically the first team to do something, but why didn't get talked about? Because it was a practice and NFL not in right now. But
You're
Detroit
right.
Lions did something for the Milwaukee Bucks. Nobody even mentioned the Detroit Lions. It has always been the Bucks. No one talks about the Lions.
Facts.
It would have became a news story if an NFL team would have set out like a Thursday or Friday preseason game. But what are the chances of that happening? Because NFL players, to me, are a lot more afraid of their NFL owners than NBA players.
Facts.
So it's easy to cancel a practice. Not saying that's not good for the cause and all that, but what the NFL players have been willing to sacrifice a game, like the NBA.
Right.
But again, we won't necessarily know because it's a few more weeks for the NFL season starting and all that stuff. But like I said, the Lions did it first, but it got no real headlines because football's not in. Basketball is in.
Right.
You feel me? It got a little headlines when baseball did it. And then when hockey did it. You know, basketball started this trend, but that's from the sports that are in. And so, that's how I just look at it, man.
That's real. You gotta think about it.
Think big.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown even said, he said, "Look, man, what y'all gonna do when y'all go home? A lot of people ain't gonna do a lot when they go home. I'm just gonna call a spade, bro. They gonna go home and they gonna chill. They gonna big chill. They may tweet about it, they may post about it, but ain't nobody gonna be in the protest. Not everybody gonna be at the protest. Not everybody gonna be marching. Not everybody gonna be doing none of that stuff. They gonna be at the crib, going back to their daily routine, be like, man, this is bad, blah, 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 wooty, wooty, woo. And so if you're gonna do that, why not just ball? Then do something. Who? And at least you can rep something on the back of your jersey. You know what I'm saying? Something is better than nothing. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And so shout out to the players, and we're going to get into Jamal Murray because that boy has been balling. He's saving me from eating a 20-piece. I appreciate that, man. But we'll get into that later down in the show. But shout out to the players for taking a stand. And like you said, reasons, you know what I mean? Detroit did something first, and nobody talked about it. But when Milwaukee did it, it was so big because it was a playoff game. It was on national television, and nobody knew. So it caught it by storm. And the way you hit the masses, it's by going viral. Kenny Smith, TNT, they went viral. It was on national TV. Nobody expected that. He just walked off the show. That thing was on Twitter. That thing was on Instagram. That thing was everywhere. They was making memes. They was doing all kind of stuff because you had a viral moment. We always talk about viral moments, right? We talk about those because they're viral. These people, if George Floyd, Jacob Blake, and all these people get murdered with no camera, nobody talking about they murder. Ain't nobody talking about it. They're just saying another brother was murdered. But to see it, create that viral moment, right? Create that emotion. Because now I got to watch it. I can hear it, but seeing it is different.
And I think, and the crazy thing is like now I'm just thinking about it. This is part of the reason why Breonna Taylor's case is taking so long. Because it's unseen.
Right.
It's unseen. George Floyd, the officers were arrested, apprehended right then and there. Because we got to see it.
Right.
Part of the reason why
that's that outside.
They can sit there and masquerade this whole Breonna Taylor situation is, man, this is killing me.
Yeah. You all right? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just mad that the internet killing me.
So what you said?
Yeah, I'm just saying, just the simple fact that I feel like the Breonna Taylor situation is taking as long as it's taken because nobody got to see it. So It becomes a they say versus what it really happens type thing. Fair. And the more we become viral in all these situations, the more it will hopefully start changing the public eye.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully. But perception is everything. You know, perception is everything. So sometimes you got to see it. You got to see it. And then you have to get the facts too. I don't just want to go by what I see. I need to get the information so I make sure I make the valid and the best choice. But sometimes you don't. You can't make the best choice every time. Sometimes you act on emotion and you act on impulse and you act on a lot of things or whatever the case may be. But I'm happy that the NBA is and the players, man, if I'm an NBA player, it's a great place to work in the NBA because it feels like that my owner, at least, now he could be totally different, but it at least shows that he cares. It at least shows that he's going to put in the effort to see how can I make my employees happy. All right. We know at the end of the day, these are my employees. Okay. I want to make sure they feel like they have a voice. I want to feel that is one of the best places to work. Is that me or is that me? Hello?
I feel like it's you. Like on my end, it's you, but I don't necessarily know.
All right. I don't know. Maybe I was having some bop. Man, look at you. You didn't bring the bop over here. But anyway.
You have it on occasions when I'm inside the house. Yeah. I just don't say that because it's very, it doesn't happen often. So I don't really say that. But you have your mind.
But that's what I mean, though. To be able to have a boss that seems like they care is better than having a boss that don't really care. You know what I'm saying? At least it seemed like it. You know, I'm just me. But on to hoops. We got some playoff eliminations, man. Laker reasons. You got it right. 5-1. I mean, you got 5-1. 4-1. They ended in 5. How do you feel about the Lakers ended up getting by the Portland Trailblazers?
Told you I wasn't worried. I said my only concern was always the coaching and us hitting shots. I wasn't necessarily worried about the series per se. I still feel like Vogel. Yeah, I'm just glad we started hitting shots, and we're gonna need that for this next. So these days off can help, but it's been shown that when the Lakers have days off, they don't help them. They need to be playing. They the team that needs to play every damn day, every other day, because that's how their rhythm look like. I feel like the layoff hurt their rhythm, and then heading into Portland, that game 1, it hurt their rhythm, and then every other days you start seeing that rhythm pick up. Now, depending on what OKC and Houston look like, the Lakers may not play the damn near Friday if this goes 7.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Crazy? You good? No, you was good. You good now?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. So that's just kind of how I look at it. But shout out to the Lakers. Portland's home. That's it.
Yeah, man. Lakers are able to get it done. LeBron and AD are playing very, very well right now. They're playing extremely well together. They feel like they got a flow. They feel like now all they need is what's been happening. They need a third scorer. It don't have to be Kuzma every day. Just somebody that's going to pick up the scoring and is going to help. And they play great defense. And so if they can get that on a consistent basis, they're going to be a tough team to beat. They're going to be a really, really tough team to beat because I really feel like when AD's in his bag, there's nobody, and I mean nobody, that can stick with that man. And he is the it factor. I feel like he's the it factor. And then the third consistent scorer. If you don't get a third consistent scorer, then somebody every game that's consistently contributing to helping AD and LeBron will help them do some amazing things. And so I think the Lakers getting a rest would be good for them for a little bit, but you got to stay active. Got to stay active. Don't take no rest where you're just chilling. Go in there, get some shots up, keep shooting. Oh, I think that's me. That was me now. I think that was me. But keep shooting the basketball, keep standing at game tempo because Houston or, if Houston win tonight, y'all going to play, what is that? Not tomorrow, following day.
Wednesday.
Yeah, y'all play Wednesday. So you ain't going to get that much rest if Houston wins tonight. But if they don't win tonight, then y'all get a few more days. And then that may be pretty challenging. Coming back playing somebody who just got it done with a game 7. They got that mindset, elimination mindset, and they bring it into game 1. So I don't know. Every game's different. You got to let every game run its course. So we'll see how that end up playing out. But, shout out to Portland. They did everything they could, but they just was outman. No Damian Lillard. McCollum did everything he could to try to help. Melo did everything he could to try to give him a chance. But It just didn't have enough. And it is what it is, man. But shout out to Portland. Shout out to Dave, man. He showed the picture on his Instagram with his kid. It was like, man, it's a peace of mind. Like, hey, all this stuff we've been dealing with, my knee injury, my finger, but this is everything. This is what it's all worth, being here with my son and things like that. So shout out to the Trailblazers. But we also had Mark, man, I know you hurting right now. Your 2-7 seeds is home. At home. AKA, well, not at home. They may be still in South Beach. Okay? They may be still in South Beach enjoying their vacation for a little bit. I know who's going to be enjoying their vacation. Luka Doncic, man. Hey, man, shout out to Luka. I just want to say shout out to Luka. You don't have your two guy. You don't have your second best player on the team. And you're still able to do the things you was able to do. Again, another team that was outmanned, outnumbered. Like, no Porzingis. Like, you won one game. Like, for me, that was his NBA Finals. That performance he put on with no Porzingis, hitting the game-winning shot, beating the Clippers, coming from a 20-point down deficit to win that game. I know you got to win 4, but for me, that was Dallas' NBA championship, because after that, they didn't have no hope in hell. And even though they fought in yesterday's game, you knew it was coming. Kawhi Leonard took over that game yet again, because I feel like Dallas didn't have nobody who can guard Kawhi Leonard. And that was the real defining factor, because if they had anybody who can disrupt Kawhi Leonard, right, that series could have been a little bit different. But not having nobody really made – it just gave the Clippers the advantage.
Looking at Kawhi numbers for this series is ridiculous. This was the most quiet, dominant performance I've seen in a long time. Yeah. Just when anybody get a chance to look at this man's numbers for this series. Like the last two games, 32 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 63% from the field. That's in game 5. 33, 14, 7, and 5, still 61% from the field. That's in game. And that's basically what he averaged for the series. Just dominant. Just quietly dominant. So, Clippers did what they said they was going to do. I think before the series started, I said Clippers in 5. They ended up in 6. Shout out to the Mavs. Shout out to my bro. I know my bro kind of sad right now. His Mavs got sent home. Just a part of the
That's you or me? That's you, right?
So, Mavs, South Beach. No, I thought I was good, but it don't seem like I'm not. But yeah, Mavs in South Beach, Portland in South Beach, and Orlando, they just drove down the street.
Yeah, they didn't even go far. They said, all right, man, we see y'all there. I'm about to go home. It's like that person around the corner.
Would they get like an Uber, or would they get like on the team bus? Like, how do you think that works?
I don't know. Maybe they got an Uber or something. They had to get an Uber. I don't know. I think whoever plays the Clippers, I'm going to tell you right now, if Paul George continue to be like maybe inconsistent on some occasions, he did play well in the last 2 games. He came back when he was tied. He played well that game when he came back, and he played well again. And then yesterday he had an okay game, not the best game. But if I'm a coach, I don't get it. Why do you not just get the ball out of Kawhi's hands? Make him not the scorer. Take the ball out of his hands. Make everybody else beat you. I don't understand that. Like, why do coaches allow a man that's been killing you the whole series to continue to kill you the whole series? Why would you do that? Where's the adjustment? And Carlisle is a great coach. I don't understand that. And you got people that not a defendant, not known for defending at all, sticking Kawhi Leonard.
I just think it's just one of those situations to where you got to pick your poison, right? It's like you're either going to let them go off and don't let nobody else score, or you don't let them go off and you let everybody else beat you. You can't let them get into a rhythm and then be like, yeah, we're going to start doubling. No, because he already didn't score. He didn't got this person involved. He didn't got that person involved. You got to pick one. And I feel like that's what's killing a lot of teams is they not really picking one. They like allowed it to be a lot, and then Kawhi gets a quiet 36, 14, 7, and 5. Like, just think 36, 14, 7, and 5.
No, that's crazy.
It's a hell of a game.
Dallas didn't have nobody that played defense. And then also Porzingis helped the Clippers a lot because they had no rim protection, no rim threat. So you was able to get multiple rebounds. You was able to do a lot of things. You know what I mean? And so, in my opinion, I just feel like whoever plays against a player where you got one dominant scorer for sure, take the ball out of his hands. Like, that's just high school basketball. That's AAU basketball. Don't let that man shoot. You double him. Blitz him. Get the ball out of his hand. I want to see if they can coach and maybe create better opportunities for him to score. But if they can't, then everybody else is going to be like, oh, damn, oh, damn, oh, damn, oh, damn. I'll give you a prime example. I played Pop Warner football. I was one of the best. I was the best player on my team. We played against a great team that had a lot of great players, right? You know what they did? To not even make it close, because they was nervous. They watched film. I even went to school. One of my boys, he was talking. He was like, bruh, we got the day stopper. We ain't letting you do nothing. Like, anytime you get the ball, it's 3-4 people on you. And we talking about football here. And so what happened is everywhere I was on the field, they doubled me, triple teamed me. Whenever I went to a quarterback, they all out blitzed me. It was ridiculous. And what happened was my teammates were so scared. They were so fearful. They were like, God dang, our best player ain't even performing. You know, like, what we going to do? If he can't do nothing, we can't do nothing. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying the NBA players going to think like that, but now you're putting pressure on them to score the basketball, to make plays. And you're going to see who's going to sink or swim. If I'm a head coach, I let everybody else beat me. If I'm playing against the Lakers, I'm not letting AD or LeBron beat. I want LeBron to beat me from the three-point line. I will live with that. I have to live with that. I can't play LeBron up close because he's too damn strong. He's gonna blow by me. Kawhi Leonard, you know he's gonna get to his mid-range. I don't want to let him get no point inside that paint. You shooting threes out here. You shoot nothing but threes. I'm sitting there, help everything. I want to see if Kawhi can pass the ball very, very well. I want to see that. But they don't. Jamal Murray. This man went for 142 points. 142 points. 142 points, bro. And no adjustments.
Listen, you know it's bad when he gets the ball and he start doing this. We talked about this. When they start doing this, when they got the ball, it's cook session. It is a full. He's about to eat. He's cooking you, and he about to eat.
Right.
And the Utah Jazz have allowed this man to go become Gordon Ramsay of the NBA.
Yeah,
that's with Jamal Murray. He's Gordon Ramsay right now. He's
balling.
Flames.
Ball.
He is on fire.
Utah has just gave up a 3-1 lead. If I'm D McShake, I'm upset.
Of course. Because he can't even guard him. He can't do nothing with the man.
I wouldn't say guard him because they're not really going to – they're not letting them guard him. They're doing pick and roll. They screening. So they making sure they switch. And wait. Here's another thing. And we get into the different nuggets in Utah Jazz. Why the hell do people allow themselves to get screened? If you're supposed to be a defender, why are these defenders or these people who are supposed to be the defending bill? I only saw one person do this. Shout out to my man Harris for the Nuggets. He moved the dude out the way and said, no, I'm right here, bro. You ain't screening me. You're going to have to figure it out, but you ain't screening me. Why are these players allowing themselves to get screens? Like, that's what they doing. They coming back like, oh, dang, what happened? No. If you're supposed to be the defender, lock that dude up. You bet or send him away. They are allowing these players to go any way they want. Like, I don't know. Some of this stuff seems like high school to me. Like, yo, make him go one way. Hedge the screen. Make him go where you want him to go. No, you're not coming here. I don't give a damn where the screen comes. You're going that way. I'm going to shorten the field, shorten the court for you.
But the thing is, as a defender, so it's one of the things that I specialize in is understanding, because a guy behind you supposed to communicate the screen is on its way. So as he's yelling screen left, screen right, you should already know that you're going to be jumping and damn near fighting to get over that screen. So what you're supposed to do is when you hear that the screen is on its way, you close the airspace to where the screen has to be so tight, it's not going to work out. Mm-hmm. When you give that airspace, that allows for a solid screen to be set. And that's become the issue. Our basketball players in the NBA no longer are trying to fight over the screen. It's like you said, I'm going to let them be screened. I'm going to let them get the switch, and then you just hope our big can cover the perimeter instead of sitting down in that chair, hearing screen right. When it's on its way, you feel, okay, no, I'm getting around this. What you doing? What you got? Because he's going to see, because even if you kind of jump it, if you jump it, the guy that's yelling screen is supposed to be kind of helping out anyway. So he shouldn't be able to jump it and just beat y'all. No. So it's just basketball fundamentals is just out the window.
Yeah, I don't know. But I know that Jamal Murray and D. McShake are putting on the show. And this series has become one of the funnest series to watch. The man scored 142 points. D. Mitchell ain't far behind. He's been balling. And if I'm him, I'm upset. Not because I can't guard the guy, but more so it's because we had a 3-1 lead. And now there's a possibility we may go home. We had a greater chance of going to the next round. No, I know you didn't have a chance to win against the Clippers in the next round, but you get what I'm saying? You still had a chance to go to the second round. And now you probably not going to go to the second round, and because you let this man put on an amazing performance, and it was an emotional performance because you could tell, like, the dude is playing. And again, I give people the benefit of the doubt. Some people be like, man, he's acting. He ain't really. No, bro. When you out there and you hooping, when you dealing with so much stuff on your heart, like a lot of our legends has passed away in the past few days. You know what I mean? And just this whole year, then it's the killing. Like, it takes a toll on your confined. Like we was talking about yesterday, they're literally in a great prison right now. Like, you can't go nowhere. You confined to an area. All you can do is hoop, go to your hotel, play, and they think, oh, that's cool. Man, no, that would mess with you mentally if you feel like you're locked up and you caged up. Like, I work at a school. It was a brother that was out of prison. He got out of jail. He was in the Project Rebound program trying to better himself. And we told him, he was staying in the dorms. He felt confined living in the dorms, being put on a sort of schedule. Like, you had to go to sleep at 9. It created that post-traumatic stress of making him think that he was in prison. So this is real. This is so real. And for them to be in that location for 2 to 3 months, yeah, they making money. But look, when you make money, you get to go home. When they make money, they got to go to a hotel every single day. So you're going to be dealing with stuff. You got the media talking stuff. You got people dying. You got family issues that you can't contest to. You got kids that you can't be by. Like, it is not easy. So when I saw Jamal Murray emotion, I just think it was just everything. I think it was just everything that sorry about that. I think it was everything, you know what I'm saying? That was just, consumed by, he was consumed by everything that's been going on. And you saw it. You know how when you try not to cry, and then it just takes a toll, and it just happened. You can't even control it. And that's what happened. You seen him when he was walking up the stairs, he took the knee and he just was bawling, because that's when you're like, man, this is tough. And I don't want to go home and these shoes and these people, I'm going to play for them. I'm finding something that's going to keep me motivated, that's going to keep me inspired. That's going to keep me to put on these performances. Regardless if I lose or win, I'm going to leave it all on the court. And shout out to that man, Murray, man. That man is a problem. He's a problem, man. And I want to give him nothing but respect. And then his post-game interview was probably one of the most realest ones because it was from the heart. It was no sugarcoat. He couldn't control his emotion because that's when you know. You trying to control it, you're like, when you get that breathing.
You start taking them breaths.
Taking them breath.
All right.
That's when it's raps. That's when it's raps, man. So who you got taking that series, man?
I picked the Nuggets to begin the series, so I'm gonna go with the Nuggets. I just want to see. Listen, man, Jamal Murray last year, Game 7 against Portland, 17 points. He didn't answer the call because the series before against San Antonio, he basically did his thing in that series to uplift them to get to the second round.
Right.
And then they got to Game 7 at home, and he didn't answer the call. So I'm very curious to see what Jamal Murray shows up in Game 7. Are we going to get Game 2, Game 3 Jamal Murray? Or are we going to get Games 1, 4, 5, 6 Jamal Murray? I'm very curious to see. He gives me another out-of-body experience again in Game 7. He moves into my top 6, top 5 PGs in the league.
That's a big. It's a big jump. That's
really. He can move into that upper echelon just because of Game 7. When you perform on a Game 7, that just lets me know that you got that stuff in you.
Yeah, because it's just pretty much Game 1. I get it. Everybody always say it's Game 7, but it's only one game now. That's all it is. It's sink or swim. It's Game 1. It reminds me of college hoop.
Yeah, Game 7. That's all it is. One game.
It's just one game, and so we'll see. I still got the Nuggets because I got a 20-piece on the line, and I don't want to eat no damn 20-piece. I've been trying to eat better, and I don't want no 20-piece, and it's going to hurt my feelings to eat the 20-piece. It'll be bad or whatever. So I need the Nuggets to win. Moving on to not Miami. We'll get to that in just a few, but the Houston Rockets and OKC. Houston went on a tear. That game was close for a second. This is how crazy was the reason. I closed my eyes for 5 minutes. You know how you do those 5-minute closes? You actually sleep for like 15, 20 minutes, right? Yeah. So I did that. I wake up. It's a 25-point lead. I said, what happened? He said, they just couldn't miss.
Yeah, it was a combination of them not missing and OKC just playing, just horribly. I'm watching that game. I'm like, wait, they was just up 3 at halftime. Now they down $1 million. Like, what? You let a Mike D'Antoni team lock you up?
Hey, give them credit. Give them credit. They was playing defense.
Hey, listen, your boy Dort, right? Listen, OKC can pay me right now, and I come in and hit some jump shots. I got it. I'm telling you right now. I can fly in. I may not make it because I can make it. Give me a ticket. I can do what Dort doing. I can go to JH. I know the man. Been doing it since high school. I can do what Dort doing, but I'm gonna hit the jump shot. Water. I ain't going 2 for 30. I'm not.
See, that's what I mean. What Chuck was saying when we talked about it. Play your role. Like, I don't have to shoot it. I can force the issue, maybe drive and kick to another man that can shoot. I don't have to shoot the ball. Like, I get it. You're open. People say, shoot it. No. It's mind games. All right. I'm going to drive to the hoop, make somebody come and help or contest, a dump down low, get an easier bucket. Why do people who know they can't shoot, they fall for the trap every time and they shoot the ball? Every single, I got to make it. No, you ain't got to take it. Just go to the coop, create, and dish or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to shoot it because you open. Now, if you are a shooter and you don't shoot the ball, that's a total different story. But if you're not a shooter and you know you're not a shooter, know your skill level. Know what you can do very well. If you can put the ball on the floor and you can create for somebody else, you're very explosive. You're very quick. Hit them with a move. Or I'm maybe get a foul. I'm not going to take this long three-pointer and go 2 for 30. Damn near from the line. That's horrible.
He is struggling. Kenny Smith showed and pointed it out. And after he showed me at halftime, because he had basically said good shooters' feet point towards the basket. And he says Dort feet are kind of like slanted. He never gathers his feet to shoot. So after Kenny Smith said that, like, I watched the rest of the game looking at people's feet.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, when their feet were aligned, it was a good bucket. Like, it looked online. You know, every shot didn't go in, obviously.
Right.
But the shot looked like it had a way better chance than you look at Dort. Because he's shooting with his legs this way, but his arms here. So it's a good chance you're not
make that shot, dog.
You're not gonna make that. You're not gonna make that shot.
Alignment is horrible.
Yeah, yes, I'm saying you may be balanced, but your alignment is trash.
Yeah.
So like the more I'm looking, I'm like, is he ever gonna align himself? Like just align yourself, get square to the hoop. And so, you know, I got Houston ending that series. Russ is back. He looked rusty. No pun intended. But Russ is back. And, you know, like I said, I had OKC winning it because I feel like without Russ, that was their biggest chance. But Russ is back now. So OKC will get up out of here. And we looking at Lakers, Houston. And, yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to say it's going to Game 7, too. I think it's going to
Game 7?
I think it's going to go get it to Game 7. I really do, because you don't know what Houston going to get. That's why I keep telling people you don't know. Like Houston, and we had this conversation, this was for another day, and they was talking about, it was like it's not just a miss and make league. I said you can create the best plays, but if they miss that bunny layup, you know, the play is great, the adjustments are great, but at the end of it, you got to put the ball in the hole and you got to stop the other person from scoring. You got to stop the other team from scoring. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. You can come with all these schemes, but the objective of basketball is to put the ball in the hole and to make the basket and to stop the other players from putting the ball in the hole. It's not that difficult. Now, we can make it difficult on how we go about doing that, right? But the objective is stop that man from scoring. Now, there's different ways you can create opportunities to make it easier for you to score. But if you don't make those easy buckets, as you see, it happens all the time. People miss bunnies. People miss layups. People miss wide open shots. You got to make the shot. It's a miss and make lead at the end of the day. Shots that go in, you be like, what the hell? He made that? Shots that don't go in, you be like, why the hell did he take that? That's just what it is, dog. So I think this game is going to go to Game 7. I don't know if Houston going to have another great three-pointer outing like they did where they couldn't miss. I just don't know. I don't know what Houston's going to show up. Like, a game is never over until it's over when you're playing against Houston. So I think that it may go to Game 7. And then our last story of the day, man, we got Giannis in Miami. How do you see that series going? Oh, we forgot to even talk about Boston and Toronto.
Yeah, well, I got Toronto winning at 7. Boston is nice. I'm just going to pick Toronto because I just feel like they should win. But I wouldn't. Boston winning would not shock me. I'd be like, oh, man, that's an upset. Boston is nice. I just think Boston is so small. Like, that team is small, but they're hooping. Like, they're a small ball, a little bit more on crack than what Houston is on small ball because they just got multiple people that can go get multiple buttons.
And they can play both ways.
Yes, sir. They can lock up. So I feel like you got to think about it. Van Vliet shot 3 for 16. Pascal shot 3 for 16. Shots they was hitting in the last series, they just wasn't hitting right now. Or maybe just because they was playing against the Brooklyn Nets, they was playing more out of their minds. So we'll see. But I got Toronto still winning that series in 7. I had to text you beforehand to make sure that was on the books.
Yeah.
You feel me? Before the show. So I got
Boston has blew Toronto out in the last 2 games they played.
I know. I'm hoping my favorite coach currently right now, Nick Nurse, makes some defensive adjustments because that's what he do. He's a defensive guru.
Right.
You feel me? I look at a lot of Nick Nurse tape, and Nick Nurse, they figure it out. So I think they're gonna have to do something a little different. I feel like Siakam can't get 3 fouls in the first quarter.
Some of those fouls was not always. Again, a ref can dictate because some of those he got fouled, but they didn't call it. But then they called the foul that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just one of those situations.
He got to be mindful of that. He definitely got to play smarter.
Got to play better.
That superstar got to play smart.
And Nurse has to avoid the big lineup, the Marc Gasol, Ibaka lineup. Like I know you want to use that lineup to try to win in the inside or whatever the case is, but I feel like you got to play just one of the bigs to allow you to match up with them at their peak, at Boston's peak. Don't become hard-headed, because I feel like the Lakers fall into that trap. I just want to be hard-headed about the situation when sometimes if you – like Marc Gasol can still post up.
Right.
So it's play him and Ibaka separate. Ibaka's more your outside big. Gasol's more your inside big. And you let Gasol post up. He don't have to be the pick-and-pop guy. Like, stop letting the league dictate how these teams going to play. Yeah. I get tired of Embiid because he said it. This is not the same kind of game it was back in the day. It don't matter. When I am bigger than someone, I'm going to abuse you to get the easy bucket.
Right.
That's just how it is. Like, I shoot the rock, but let me be at the
That's what LeBron does, and he don't get the credit. They always say he can't shoot.
But his post game is trash. That's another story.
What you mean?
LeBron James' post game is trash.
But that ain't what we said. You just said that if I'm a big dude, I'm going to bully somebody to get the bucket. LeBron has bullied. I'm not even just taking his side. I'm just calling a spade a spade. But LeBron bullies mostly everybody in the league and gets to the bucket.
No, but that's a different kind of bullying. LeBron is one of the greatest drivers of the ball. But what I'm saying is if LeBron had a bully post game along with his bully driving ability, it changes. As a big, I'm talking 7 foot 270. You can't drive a rock. You got to post it up. So I'm going to just right hand, left hand. Because like I said, right now I go play pickup and I got somebody that I don't feel like is big enough to handle me in the post. I'm going down in the key.
But it's again, it's about where you touch it. Pause. It's about where you get the basketball.
Yeah, on the block. You can't let somebody not let you get to your spot. Stop being a punk.
I know, but see, here's the thing about big dudes, and I think that they don't get enough credit. With today's game, it's more soft. Back in the day, you could be more physical, right? You can, but if a big man does that, it's an automatic foul because these smaller players, they flop, they over-exaggerate. They do all this. It's the famous acting role. You didn't see that? He knocked me down. And sometimes they get that call more times than none. So it forces a big man where you can't use your full strength. If Embiid does this a little bit and the dude, you know what the ref?
Yeah, that has to be addressed.
It's a double neck. It's like one of those things, double-edged sword, where like, yeah, you want them to be more physical, but when they try to get physical, they get a foul called on them. They saying they're being over-aggressive. Like, and then when they do, that's what I'm talking about. This is what we do, and we got to get away from this, y'all. When they're dominating, right? Let's say one game they dominating, and then let's say the next game they're doing the same thing, but now this time they're not getting those fouls. They're calling offensive foul, and then they try to switch the narrative like, what is he doing? He's not playing like a big man. he's pretty much doing the same thing he was doing in game one or the prior game. But the refs can dictate how a big man play as well. The refs can dictate if they're going to let the smaller man keep pushing, because literally you can't push an Embiid out the way unless you're literally have to, and that's a foul. You're literally getting the advantage because you're moving somebody that you normally can't move, and you're doing it illegally. You hitting them with some of these, but you're not getting those calls. But when they hit you with one of these and one of those, and you go, it's a foul. So you got to understand, like, it's a double-edged sword for big man. And it's hard to play big man nowadays because it's not the same. You don't get away with the same stuff that big man uses. Shaq used to bully. I mean, like, used to get damn near elbow sometimes when Shaq turned around. You get an elbow today, you probably getting the flagrant too.
Yeah, man, it's a soft league, but I feel like that needs to be addressed. Big man coaches need to start sending these films to refs. Like, we can't just continue. Like, if a big man's fighting for a position, because Dwight Howard, honestly, even though Dwight Howard's not the old Dwight Howard, he gets the most BS calls that I've been looking at in these playoffs. As soon as he get in the paint, he'll clear out space, hands up, clear out space, give him a little butt, boom, boom, pause, sit it down, and boom, now it's a foul.
That was two in a row, dog. Sit it down. But yeah, I totally agree.
But that's what they say with the bigs. Like, you got to get in the post. You gotta sit the ass down, and you feel me?
No, I know. He's doing what he's supposed to do, but he always in foul trouble.
And they'll call that, and I feel like that's unfair because it's just like, how can he's supposed to be physical when he's fighting for a spot? You can sit, man, get all physical with him. Soon as he hits you with some strength, boom. What the hold up? What do you mean?
That's what I mean.
The man just sitting there trying to, get his spot in his position. He's running full speed down court. You feel me? He's running full speed down court. And if he got a little dude down there, the law averages is like this. I'm 6 feet, 6'1", 220. You not as big as me. If I'm running full speed and you just kind of standing there, once I hit you, more than likely you're going to, like, give me some kind of resistance. Right. That don't mean I fouled you. That just means the law averages mean I'm just bigger than you.
Right.
Now, if I come down there with a dude that's my size and I just move him out the way, more than likely I did a little something extra to get him out the way. When a big is really on a small and they call it that foul, I'm like, what is he supposed to do? Be coming on soft like, hey, man, excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's hard to play big man because the league, they trying to get rid of the big man. They want this to be a scoring league. They don't want the bruising. They don't want that in the paint. And that's what I think the old heads, the people that played back in the day, are not really understanding with the new heads and playing. And they're not letting you play that way no more like that. You're not. And if I'm a young guy and I'm not getting those calls that Shaq got a lot of calls 9 times. He didn't get all the calls, but he got majority of them calls. That's why he went to the free throw line so much. You're not getting as many calls like that. You don't get that. You may have a game where they call a lot of foul, but then you have a game where you blatantly, and they just like, play on. You be like, what? What are we looking at? Are we watching the same thing? Like, and then you'll call it ticky-tack down the line. Man, bruh, and it's getting off a tangent, but when these players come off these screens and stop their body, it jumps into somebody else, and they get the and they get the
You talk about the handoff screens, right?
These little handoff screens. I come and get it. Bro, if I'm shooting a basketball, I'm supposed to go straight up. But these players get the ball. Oh, what's up? What's up? Are you kidding me?
I'm just trying to figure out, bro, I'm just trying to figure out. Remember, we were just on Kenny Smith and being squared to the basket. How are you about to shoot the ball off a handoff? Because first you got to turn that corner. It ain't like it's one of the handoffs where I'm standing here and then I hand it to you right here. You already squared up. You're coming off the screen. So I have to hand you the ball. So you about to shoot and you about to catch and shoot off that turn, and that's supposed to be a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
So how can a player, again, but it takes away from defense. How can a player fight around it? That's why it's so much switching. Because if a player wants to fight around that screen, he gets the call every single time.
All the time.
It's like, so what do you do? What do you do? Like, I'm closing airspace, because that's what I've been taught, to make sure the screen, I can get through that little crack of the screen. But if I do that, and he goes up for a shot, it's a foul. So you basically saying, I got to let the screen happen so we can get the switch so they can score. That's basically what they're telling me, and I do not like that. And players need to speak up about this because Dame gets away with it, or was getting away with it. James does it. It's everybody. I can't even single nobody out. Anybody that wants that foul call can get it called at every single time. If you want it, you can get that call damn near every time.
And
that's very unfair.
It's becoming an offensive league, and we just got to call a spade a spade. It's becoming an offensive league. It's more predominant for scoring points because points sell tickets. They don't want to see defense. We've seen it before. The lowest watched NBA Finals was the Detroit Pistons and the San Antonio Spurs, and that was probably one of the most fundamental, solid basketball series.
7 games.
Watched. 7 games of fundamental basketball, and nobody watched because it was too much defense. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Like, I don't want to learn how to play defense. I just want to see people put the bucket in the hole. And it's sad, but it's so true. And so that's what we're becoming to, a more offensive league. That's just what it is. And that's why I don't think big man can play like big man can play, because they don't get those calls. They want to see threes. They want to see dunks. They want to see layups and all that. They don't want to see no bruising. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see no post fades. They don't care about that like that. They don't want to see that, because if they did, they'd get more calls when you're getting fouled like that. You get a lot of fouls down low that don't get called, because that's where the game is not going towards. They're going towards a more outside game. That's why all these 5s and these 4s are playing like 3s and 2s, and they're supposed to be in the paint, bruising and doing their thing. How the hell you a 7-footer and you want to sit outside and shoot all the damn time? Like, you 7 foot. You 7 foot. So I don't know. That's another day. We'll get into another topic. But the last story of the day, man, who you got in this Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, Game 1? Who's going to win this series? Who you think going to take Game 1? Who you got?
This one tough. Because Miami matches up with the Bucks very well.
Yes,
but I'm gonna make this pick solely off 2 things. You can't be the defensive player of the year and the MVP and go home in the second round.
Okay.
With that being said, I got the Bucks. I got the Bucks in 6.
Okay.
Bucks in 6. Because you can't. I feel like right now, because LeBron can just come on. Like, again, you know me, I'm not a big super LeBron guy.
Yeah, I know.
But LeBron James could not win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP basically in the same year and not make. And, he can't even now win a championship, let alone get sent home in the second round.
Yeah, you was already hating on him in the beginning and said, "You're a king." Well, my king, or I only have one king, but the dude that I like a lot, my dude that I like in basketball right now, he balled out. The only game he didn't ball out, he didn't need to ball out because it was up by 30. But every other game, he put up 30 buckets. And the crazy part about it is that the game after AD scored 30 points in less than before 30 minutes, LeBron did that at an earlier time. So I just want y'all to know that the brother still can hoop, and he did that. Hooped again. That's what LeBron is. LeBron is a hooper. And Yachty, you was clowning my man. And we ain't going to get into that because we'll say that for another show. You was saying, LeBron, your king, huh? This is what your king does. Okay. When he start balling, now, he's supposed to do it. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword.
Because, again, I hold the man to a standard. I'm not impressed by what he was supposed to do. So to me, right, as we continue to go further along, when he does this, like the LeBron I saw right before the stoppage, the way he dominated Milwaukee, the way he dominated the Clippers. That's when I'm like, yeah, this is what I need. Because against those teams, they got other people ahead of you. They got the Giannis, they got Kawhi, they got guys ahead of you. So you need to feel disrespected. And Gary Trent Carmelo, that's easy. That's easy. Come on, man. Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. I'm not impressed by you because you're going to do that. But I have seen LeBron dominate lesser competition because he's going to do that.
Man, LeBron has dominated everybody. I don't care what you say. He's dominated everybody when he want to dominate everybody.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. The word you said, wanted. I need him to want to dominate everybody every goddamn time he steps on the court because he's that good. So I hold him to that. He's that good standard. Give me great LeBron all the time. Don't pick and choose like you said. Just go hoop. Let the game dictate who you become. Don't walk into the game like, yeah, I'm going to get there. No, just go hoop. Let the game dictate it. And so we go back to Giannis. Giannis can't win Defensive Player of the Year and damn near MVP and go home.
But they match up very well. Miami match up very – I don't care. Look, Giannis can put on an amazing performance. You're seeing it right now. I'm not going to say Donovan Mitchell, Giannis, but Donovan Mitchell has put on an amazing performance for the last 6 games, and some he won and some he lost. At the end of the day, it's a team game. You got to understand, Giannis can put on 50 points, 60 points, but if the other people score 65, they still lose or whatever the case may be. Miami has a lot of weapons, and Miami has a lot of people that can defend Giannis, and they can make him tough. They can make it really, really tough for Giannis. And it's at the end of the day, it's matchups. How well do you match up with the team you're about to play? And the Milwaukee Bucks, in my opinion, do not match up very well with Miami. Yes, you have Giannis, but Giannis, if he start hitting them threes like he did against the Magic, he's going to be a problem. But if I'm Miami, you're not coming in this paint.
Yeah, Miami runs a lot of the zone. That's what kind of helps them. What does the zone defense do? Zone defense takes away dribble penetration. The way you beat a zone is with what? Dribble penetration. So you pack in the paint or whatever the case is and making them do something differently. So what I'm saying is I believe Miami can win the series. So it won't shock me if they did. I'm just saying Giannis has to make sure that they don't win the series because
I hear that. Okay,
that's just where I'm at with it. Miami can't win this series, so it wouldn't be like, oh my God, Miami can win. Because this is the worst matchup to me for the Bucks is Miami. So I'm just holding that narrative. If you're going to me, you stole Defensive Player of the Year from AD, and you're going to steal the MVP from LeBron. You stole both awards. You better get your ass to the finals.
I feel it. I think Miami going to win the series in 7.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that 100%.
I like Giannis, I do like Giannis. I don't think the Bucks is that good. I really don't. I think Giannis is great. I don't think the Bucks have enough to compete with Miami. I think take away Giannis and you make it harder for the Bucks. They have shown that if Giannis is not going, they ain't going.
Facts. Hey, and like I said, man, your pick to me is right on par. Because think about it. I think Mark got the Heat going to the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did. Dude got the Heat going.
So, yeah, he had the Heat going to the finals. So, in my head, it's not a bad pick, bro. I'm not disagreeing with the pick. I just feel like Giannis has to get it done.
Yeah, he do. We'll find out. We will find out. But that's all we had to talk about today, man. Shout out to the NBA again and again. Our condolences to those legends that we've lost over these past few days, man. Hey, if you got loved ones, your families, your friends, and if you got things that you're dealing with where people may be beefing or whatever, you got to let it go, man. Let it go. Enjoy your moments. Enjoy life. Live life in the moment. I know 2020 has been a year, but you got to be blessed that you're still here, okay? Because you could easily be 6 feet You know what I mean? So take advantage of the opportunity that you do have and, pursue your dreams, love, respect, and be happy. And you know what I'm saying? And be thankful that you got to wake up every day that you do get. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, Reese?
Yeah, man, just to echo what you said, man, send a love and prayers to these families for their lost loved ones, and just, again, continue to appreciate life. I had a chance to go bike riding with my family this past weekend, and it was just one of the dopest experiences that was just fun. So I encourage people, whatever city you in, LA, Miami, wherever you got water at and they got where you can rent bikes and go bike riding with your families and your loved ones, man, it's a healthy type thing, and it's a hell of an experience to go do. So I'm just encouraging that kind of stuff, man. And 2020 almost over, but that don't mean 2021 gonna set us up to where 2020 and we in 2021 like, hey! So take everything in stride and be grateful and be thankful that you're alive. And let's continue to progress as a community and as a country, hopefully. And go vote. Go vote. I feel like we have a platform. I got to put it out. Go vote. Go make a difference somehow, especially at the city level and your state level. Go vote. Go be impactful. If you really want change, voting is a part of that change.
Facts.
And I can't stress that enough.
Big facts. And make sure you do your research, okay? Don't just vote for somebody because somebody told you to vote for somebody.
Yes, that's
do your research. Do your research. Do your research, all right? But anyway, man, we're about to get up out of here. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Always remember to talk that talk. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win in these series, who you got in the finals. We love to hear your picks. We'll see you soon. Peace.